From Wales Rally GB to Finland, Sweden, Mexico and Australia, the World Rally Championship travels the globe. But for WRC crews, there's no time for sightseeing. Rally cars are tested to the limit during a full day of action, with only 3 service periods in which to perform modifications or repairs. We joined the Toyota team for what would be a crucial 45-minute lunchtime service.
The stage conditions in the morning are normally a little bit different to the afternoon, even though a lot of the stage kilometres are the same. So we make changes to the setup for the drivers so they feel comfortable with the afternoon's conditions. The mechanics at the moment are just implementing those changes on behalf of the engineers and the drivers. And at the same time, obviously the cars get a little bit damaged and worn out through the morning. It's very tough conditions with very high speed, big jumps, and the bodywork and the underside of the car takes a lot of damage, so just replacing a few bits and pieces which wear out in the kilometres this morning. The floor panel is a wear and tear item. It's on top of the original body floor that's normally underneath your car, and it's there to be a wearing out device which protects the rest of the body, because incredibly high speeds here, very low ride heights because of the road being so smooth, so the car is touching the floor on occasions and it will wear out, so quite common to change that.
After the morning loop of stages, drivers will have decided whether their setup is working or whether adjustments need to be made to the Yaris's suspension.
It depends a little bit what the driver's choice is of what he's changing. Quite often we change the suspension units as a whole, even there's nothing wrong with them, just because it changes the settings more quickly and changes the setup of the car without any risk of making a mistake with the changes, because we can do those in advance before the car arrives. In this particular service, we're not changing anything because of damage on the suspension or the mechanical components. It's all around the setup and the ride height for the car for this afternoon.
Time is of the essence, and with the 45 minutes ticking down fast, the mechanics waste no time putting their hard-earned skills to work.
The time in and the time out is monitored very closely. The co-driver's overall in charge of that. We have a clock that's displaying, give the engineers and mechanics how much time they got left. But unfortunately, things don't always go to plan. Sometimes the drivers use a little bit too much of the road and the forest around. The mechanics already have a plan what to do for all kinds of different damage, and we have lots of different spare parts. In the event of an accident, they will be working extremely hard. You'll see a lot of very sweaty guys running around with some quite big hefty tools, but they will get the car straightened out, and 9 times out of 10 it looks perfect when it leaves here.
Drivers may have spent the morning flying through the stages at speeds most of us can only dream of, but their work isn't done yet.
I think their first stop is usually lunch. They've been working hard this morning and they need to refuel. It's good for them to interact with the fans and get close up and personal. Then also they spend time to prepare for this afternoon. They have video footage and their pace notes and lots of information they write down over the years. They've done different rallies and they like to look at that just before, like a little bit like revising for an exam.
The hard work, skill and dedication of the mechanics at lunchtime service means Tänak, Meeke and Meeke and Latvala can fight for victory all over the world.
The guys know every single detail of the car. They know every nut and bolt and tool that they need immediately, so they practice this day in, day out. What might look incredibly complicated is just a routine for them.